नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। हरिः ओम। हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
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 धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
किं कुर्वत सञ्जय
किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
कुर्वत सञ्जय
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
ओ धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
ओ धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
मामका पाण्डवश्चैव
किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
किम्
किम कुर्वत सञ्जय
अकुर्वत सञ्जय किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
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 कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैर्हरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः हरि ओम् श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
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 श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्णा शरणं मम
कन्हैया लाल की जय. Okay, so let me welcome all of you to this yajna on behalf of Balram ji and Neerupa. and all the family members who came together to make this yajna possible today. And let me tell you what we are going to be doing now in these 9 nights. Well, they requested that I do the whole Bhagavad Gita. Right now, I just left Guyana to come here for this yajna, and there I am doing 108 nights in 108 temple and the whole Gita. And here in 9 nights now I have to finish the whole Gita. So it is a tough job. But alright. So let me tell you about the Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll see how we can finish. Bhagavad Gita is divided by the rishis into 3 sections broadly. The first section is on Karma Yoga, and equal number of chapters also. There are 18 chapters, so the first 6 chapters are predominantly speaking about Karma Yoga. Predominantly, not that every verse speak about Karma Yoga. So predominantly the first 6 chapters speak about Karma Yoga. Then the next 6 chapters from number 7 to 12 speaks about Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters from 13 to 18 speak about Jnana Yoga. And why the division is like this is because the personality, human personality, has 3 main parts like this. The Atma, Paramatma inside, is one and same in everybody. There is no distinction in Atma. Atma is Nirguna, without qualities. But at the more gross levels of the personality, we have 3 main parts, and that is where all the differences come. So we have an intellect with which we do all thinking and ciphering and logical rationalization and all mathematics and planning and all such things. The intellect. Now everybody's intellect is different. Now some people, you tell some logic and that makes no sense. Another person, you don't even have to tell the logic. He understands that thing like that. That's all in different types of intellect we all have. Like the mother asking the boy, 2 minus 2. He say 5. 2 minus 2 is 5. That's the answer. So the mother get frustrated. 5! Acha, theek hai. No, so, but mother has to have compassion. That is her own child, you know. If mother doesn't have, who will have? Suppose you're eating food, right? And I give you 2 roti, and you eat all the 2 roti. Now what will be left? He said Ācarya. But some people, no matter what logic you give, that thing doesn't work. Different type of intellect. Then the next part of the personality is called the emotional part, the heart. Right? That's where we have all emotions and all that kind of thing. And that is different from intellectual rationalization. Those are 2 different things. Emotions have no rationality or no nothing. People just say, man, I'm feeling to eat this. Have you heard? A feeling to eat this, a feeling to eat. That's a feeling. And if you ask, what's the logic and what's the rationality and why and whence and wherefore and whither, and no, nothing. No answer. It just happens. Feeling to eat this or feeling. Or sometimes you see, I'm sure all of you would have, you see somebody and say, man, Trinidad language, my blood don't take that man. No, where's your logic? That is a feeling, isn't it? I was just trying to find the equivalent phrase for that in Guyana. My spirit na tekam. Is that correct? Correct, yeah. So, this is all emotions, and we have so many various types of emotions, and all of us have emotions are different. So we have some emotional attachment for this thing, I like this thing, and I hate this thing, and then the other person different. Emotions. So this is the second part of the personality. And the last part is this physical part. Again, all of us different. Everybody unique in his own way. And some people are good runners. And once we are there in the shakha, and the aggressor said, okay, now prachala means move ahead. You have to march. And all of us. One fellow behind, he stands still. So I wondered why he didn't move. He looked down at the legs and he telling the legs, now it's the time, move. Now it's the time. So the body is different. Some people run fast, walk fast, this thing, that thing, and some people big, some people small, some people tall, some people short, and everybody body is different. So these are the three main parts of the personality. So Bhagavad Gita is divided into three sections to treat with these three parts of the personality. So I gave it like this, coming down from the top, the intellect going down to the body. But Gita goes like that. It treats with the body first. Karma yoga is about using this body, because whole day you are working with his body, isn't it? Whole day I am doing something with his body. But the body is used in the pursuit of only all selfish things. Means I am doing only things for me. The attitude behind whatever I am doing is for me only. It's a selfish activity. All of us, when you go to work, you don't go to work for the neighbor. You don't think about, other people. You're thinking about yourself. So all activity is like that, oriented towards gratification of oneself only. So karma yoga is to rectify that defect in human frailty, the selfishness that accompanies all activities. Karma yoga is to treat with that. So the first 6 chapters deal with the karma yoga, which we do at the level of the body, all the karmas we engage in. And this is a very involved topic. So in the first 3 days, we will deal with these 6 chapters and this topic. And then the next 3 days, we'll move to the next 6 chapters and the topic of Bhakti Yoga, which deals with the emotional side of the human being, the heart. All our emotions. Now, human beings don't have any paucity of emotions. There's so many various types of emotions, and many of them we can't figure out also. So, in the next 3 days, we will deal with those 6 chapters from 7 to 12 that deal with Bhakti Yoga and how to really channel those emotions and to integrate the personality using emotions like that. And the last 3 days, you have to really put on your thinking cap, because there are some verses in 13th chapter and all that kind of thing will blow your mind. 13 and 15 and all like that. From 13 to 18, those chapters deal with Jnana Yoga, treating with this intellect and really applying all intellectual might to understand the subtle reality behind the universe, the substratum of the universe, and the Atma and all of that, right? So those are the last 3 days. So this is going to be the structure of the, this is on request from the organizers here to deal with the 3 topics and all that kind of thing for these 9 nights. All right. Now, before I start, in this village, the most famous Kabir saint lived by Sant Babaji by the name of Kedar Baba. I am sure many of you would have heard that name. So before I start today, I want to sing a very simple Kabir bhajan, and I'll tell you the meaning also. Okay. Now, see this. I don't think they will be able to follow. I will be left alone now. मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
मन लगा मेरा यार
मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
मन लगा मेरा यार फकीर
जो सुख पावे राम भजन में तो सुख नहीं अमीरी में। जो सुख पावे
राम भजन में
तो सुख नहीं अमीरी में। सो सुख नहीं अमीरी में। मन लगा मेरा
लगा मेरा यार फकीर
मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
मन
लगा मेरा यार
भला बुरा सब का सुन लीजिए कर गुजरान गरीब में। भला बुरा सब का सुन लीजिए कर गुजरान गरीब में। भला बुरा सब का सुन लीजिए कर गुजरान गरीबी में।
कर गुजरान गरीबी में मन
राजा मेरा राम फकीर
मन लगा मेरा यार फकीर
मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
मन लगा मेरा यार
प्रेम नगर में रहनी हमारी भली बनाई सबोरी में। प्रेम नगर में रहनी हमारी भली बनाई सबोरी में। भली बनाई सबोरी में। मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
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 हाथ में कुंदी बगल में सोटा चारों दिशा जागीरी में।
हाथ में कुंडी बगल में सोना
चारों दिशा
जागीरी में। हाथ में कुंदी बगल में सोटा चारों दिशा जागीरी में।
हाथ में कुंडी
बगल में सोता चारों दिशा जागीरी में
चारों दिशा जागीरी में। मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर
मन
राम फकीर में मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर मन लगा मेरा राम फकीर में.
This bhajan will fit very nicely into the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita also, because Kabir Sahib tells about the joy of being detached. And that was the theme. The joy of being detached. You think any little attachment I have. Huh? Suppose I came and said, man, this is the best mala I ever had. The best mala I ever get. The moment I develop an attachment for that, I have put my life in peril. Anytime I develop attachment for anything in this world, I have put my life in peril, or the other way to say that is, I have now become a dependent being. My life has now become dependent on that thing being perpetuated and persisting and remaining. If that thing goes, my life also goes. Attachment to worldly things is like this, and Bhagavad Gita will have a strong dose of this. Anything in the world, we'll see some other bhajan of Sant of Kabir Sahib as we go. Man laga mera Ram fakiri mein. He says, I have put my mind in Bhagwan, and I have detached from all of these worldly. Fakiri means what we call as poverty, renunciation, all that kind of thing. Leaving the world. Leave the world behind and keep the mind in Ram. Not physically, you can't leave the world behind physically. Where you'll go? Space or what? Mentally. And leave the world behind and keep the mind in Ram. Jo sukh paave Ram bhajan mein, so sukh nahi amiri re. The joy that we'll get from some other versions have Ram charan mein. Here Ram bhajan mein. The joy that one obtains from bhajan of Bhagwan Ram, singing the praises of Bhagwan Ram, or from having devotion to the feet of Bhagwan Ram, that joy, so sukha nahi amiri, that sukha will never be found in any material thing in this world. In wealth and property and this and that. The joy that one can find from devotion to the feet of Bhagwan Ram. You see, but the test of the I don't like that pudding word, you know. The test of the kheer is in the eating. You have to detach from the world and see. Attach to Bhagwan Ram and see. Bhalabura sabka sun lije. Listen to this one is saying this. Right, like right now election is going on. Right? This one will say this and this one will say that. You hear a lot of this and that these days. So he says, Bhalabura sab sun lije. You listen to all. Kar guzaran garibi. But you continue your life in detachment, and the garibi word is being used symbolically to mean detached from any worldly things and all that kind of thing. Prema nagar mein rahni hamari bhali ban aayi saburi mein. Means I have devoted my life to devotion to Bhagwan, to the Lord, and all good things have thereafter come to me. All good things have flowed thereafter when I devoted my life to the Lord. Haath mein kundi, bagal pe sota. In one hand there is a bowl, and in the other hand a stick, and that is all. Bowl for eating little food and all that kind of thing. Something. And the other hand a stick. Charo disha jagiri man. And the whole world is mine now. Now, because I have given up everything, now I feel the whole world is mine. Everything is mine in this world. Ācarya yah tan khak banega. In the end, this is a very strong line. I think the whole bhajan was meant for this line only. Ācarya yah tan khak banega. Kaha phirata magaruri ve. In the end, this body will be turned into ashes in Waterloo or Caroni Bank. In the end, this body will be turned to ashes. Then why are you walking about with so much of ego and abhiman and all of that? So much of pomp and show and this and that. In the end, the gati, the destiny is one only. Ram Nam Satya hai. Everybody will end up there only. Why to go on with all of the abhiman and ego and all that? Kahte Kabir suno bhai sadho, sahib mile saburi mein. We'll meet Paramatma in patience and shraddha, with faith and patience. Saburi means patience, forbearance, like that. Means in today's world, this word is not known. Nobody have patience and forbearance at all. Any little thing, the AC just goes off. Oh, Swamiji. No forbearance, can't bear a little heat. And when the AC stopped working in the car, man, I don't know how many this car, sell this car here. You see? Faith and patience and forbearance and these type of words are very well known. Okay. So this is Sahib's presentation to us. Now, a lot of this will come in Bhagavad Gita as we go along, and we'll see some other bhajans also. So now, Bhagavad Gita, chapters 1 to 18, all of them. Bhagavad Gita comes in the Bhishma Parva of the Mahabharata, and it contains 700 verses, and these 700 verses are broken up into 18 chapters. Some of the chapters are long, some are short. Chapter 12 has only 20 verses. Chapter 15 has only 20 verses. Chapter 18 has 78 verses. So it's way long. So now, how it starts, I'll tell you. A big Mahabharata war was about to unfold because there was some family feud going on between Pandavas and Kauravas. They were cousins, first cousins. Pandavas and Kauravas, their father were brothers. Their father were brothers. So now, big historical thing happened, and there was a big internal family feud, fighting and all that. And finally, after all attempts to negotiate and to have a peaceful settlement and this and that, with Bhagwan Shri Krishna also in the middle of the whole thing, negotiation and all that kind of thing is they are very important, and it is always important that we seek the peaceful resolution first. So they tried everything, but on the Kaurava side, Duryodhana was headstrong. Duryodhana was unrelenting. He will not give up. And because he was not, you see, this person and this person, when they meet, they're going to negotiate. This fellow should be willing to make some compromises, and this one should be willing to make some compromises to meet in the middle, like that. Right? Negotiation works like that. But if one side is ready to make some compromises and the other side is headstrong and flatly tells, no, we are not making any compromises, then what they said, negotiation broke down. Negotiation broke down. Then what happened? The only outcome now is war. Right. So now, for this war, what they did, the Kauravas went here and there looking to this kingdom, that kingdom, the other kingdom, asking for help. Would you fight on our side? Would you help us? And of course the Pandavas also went looking for different kings to help them in their battle. What do you call allies? Today in modern language call us allies. Well, you know, the ally thing, right? The bad guys will always have more. The Kauravas managed to get 11 Akshauhinis, divisions of armies, and the Pandavas managed to get only 7. So now the Pandavas are outnumbered 7 to 11. And on the Kaurava side, there are very big, well-known, famous, respectable, reverential people like Drona and Bhishma and all on this side. And Drona was the guru of all sides, both sides. He was the one who had taught them archery and warfare and all of that. And he's on Kaurava side. And Bhishma is like the grandfather of everybody also. And he's also on Kaurava's side. And on Pandava's side, the main characters here, of course, Duryodhana, the eldest son, Bhishma, Drona, and few of them on this side, Ashwatthama and all. And this side, and these are well known. On this side, well known, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Arjuna. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna had taken a vow, I am not going to fight. I will just be there. I will be the charioteer of Arjuna. I am not going to fight. And so, Bhagavan Shri Krishna on this side, Arjuna, Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva. And then Arjuna's son Abhimanyu and few very well-known people on this side also. So now the story, a historical thing which happened, and of course surrounding it, all dharma at play, is a very moving one, and all of Sanatan Dharma is unfolded right here in this battlefield from Bhagavan Shri Krishna to Arjuna. And what precipitated this thing is very interesting. One army on this side, one team on this side and one team on this side. And Arjuna was, you know what we say in the Western, he had an itchy trigger finger. You know that? He couldn't wait to demolish, wipe out these Kauravas and all, because really they are the ones who represented adharma and did everything wrong which is given in the Vedic tradition. The Vedic tradition tells very, very clearly, and this will come up in 4th chapter about dharma and adharma and all, that there is dharma and adharma. Dharma is righteousness, goodness, all the eternal values and all adhered to, and adharma is the other thing, like Ravan. I mean, what wrong thing was there which Ravan did not do? Every wrong thing. So, in this Dwapar Yuga, in which this episode is going on, the Kauravas represented this adharma, and the Pandavas represented dharma. I mean, they were standing up for the right thing. And I tell you, it is said that when we follow dharma, dharma protects. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. This thing is going to come on Sunday. We're having a big function at the Kendra. You all should come. Sunday from 11 o'clock. Alright, so now, I'll show you how. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. He who protects dharma, dharma will protect him. You know, when it was time to choose, you remember I told you they were looking for armies on this side, and they were looking for armies to help them on this side. Bhagavan Shri Krishna told that I will not fight. So there are two things now. There is me, Krishna, and there is my army here. So now one side will have me and one side will have my army. Whoever chooses the army. So now who came? Arjuna came and Duryodhana came. Arjuna came from Pandava's side, Duryodhana came from Kaurava's side. And Arjuna came first and sat by the head. Bhagavan Shri Krishna was lying down like this. Arjuna came first and sat down by the head of Bhagavan Shri Krishna here. And Duryodhana came after and sat down there. And then what? Bhagavan Shri Krishna opened his eyes, and when he opened his eyes, well, he'll see this one first. So even though Arjuna came first, he gave Duryodhana the first choice. Because he said, I saw you first. So Duryodhana said, oh, Krishna is there and Krishna's army is there. Krishna will not fight, but his army will fight. What I will do with him useless. What I will do with him? So I take the army. Duryodhana had choice first and he took the army. And now Arjuna has no choice also. Arjuna is left with Bhagavan Shri Krishna. But what I am telling you, see, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. The one who follows dharma, the Pandavas who followed dharma, they did not have to do anything also. They got Krishna. And who follows adharma, he will always put his foot in his mouth. There is Duryodhana. So instead of choosing Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he thinks because Bhagavan Shri Krishna will just sit and he will do nothing, he thinks he is useless. Are bhaiya, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is Paramatma, the Adhisthana, substratum, Aadhar of the whole universe. And he thinks he does nothing. But when one follows a dharma, when one engages in a dharma, the mind becomes clouded. And so when it is time to make the right choice in his own, make the choice in his own, for his own benefit, that time the adharma clouds his mind and causes him to make the wrong choice. It's like this. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
सुमति कुमति सबके उर रहई, नाथ पुराण निगम अस कहई।
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
जहाँ सुमति तहाँ संपत्ति नाना।
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
जहाँ कुमति तहाँ विपत्ति निदाना।
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. See, Tulsidas ji tells in this very famous line in the Sundarkand, Sumati Kumati sabke ur rahe. In everybody's heart, the equal propensity to do what is proper or to do what is improper. Equal propensity is there in everybody's heart. And the choice is there in our hands. And the one who chooses Sumati, means Dharma, who chooses the right course, Taha Sampati Nana, there will be progress and there will be everything. Prosperity and everything. Growth, evolution. And the one who chooses Kumati, Adharma, the wrong path, that person, Bipati Nidana, one trouble after the next. And Duryodhana and his 99 brothers, that fellow had 99 brothers, huh? And all of them names starting with Dur, Dur, Dur. So they every time it is the wrong choice they will make. And when you keep on making the wrong choice like that throughout life, when Bhagavan Shri Krishna comes in front of you, and it's Bhagavan Shri Krishna's army represents Maya, and Bhagavan Shri Krishna represents Paramatma, the absolute reality. So between Maya and Paramatma, he chose Maya. Duryodhana. Because if you're choosing a dharma all the time, well, Vipati Nidana, one trouble after the next. Anyway, and then not only that, people like that make the wrong choice, and then they laugh at Arjuna. He laughed at Arjuna. Look, this foolish fellow. He took him. He took Krishna, and Krishna will sit there and do nothing. Why he took him? He cannot understand also why he took Krishna. That is an amazing thing. Usually when we think that we have made the right choice, we have to be very, very careful. You know, one Baba, And Baba was cutting a fella's hair like this. So he looked out the window, glass window like this. And a small boy was passing, an 8-year-old boy. So the Baba told the customer, he said, "You want to see the most dumbest kid in the world? I'll show you." He called that boy. "Hey, come. He knocked on the glass. So the boy came. The Baba held out in his hand like this, $5 bill and 4 quarters in this hand, 4 quarters and a $5 bill. And he asked the boy, "Which one you want?" The boy said, "Oh, this is 4 and this is 1. Give me the 4. So the Baba told the customer, "See, the dumbest kid in the world. Because this is 4, this is more in number, he thinks this is more than, this is only 1. So the customer also found that a little bit strange. But he didn't say anything, what to do. After he was finished licking an ice cream, so he asked the kid, "Oh, so you use the 4 quarters to buy ice cream, eh?" Yes, to buy ice cream, man." And he licking nicely coming down the road. But in the other hand, there was a $5 bill. "Why didn't you take the $5 bill? What's the matter with you?" He said, "Look here, sir. The day I take that $5 bill, this game over." So anytime that fellow wanted ice cream, he only had to pass by that shop there, right? He only had to pass by the Baba shop. And this must be going on for years. And the Baba thinking that this is the dumbest kid, but this kid taking he for a ride. So Duryodhana laughed at Arjuna because he think what Arjuna did was foolish, but what Duryodhana did was foolish. When the mind is clouded, it's like that. The mind is clouded. Everybody is telling Ravana, "Look here, my dear, your welfare and your benefit lies at the feet of Bhagwan Ram." Everybody telling. But his mind is clouded. He will not hear a word of it. What Bhagwan Ram? He doesn't like to hear the word Bhagwan also. Shri Ram. He doesn't like to hear the word Shri also. Say Ram. He tell everybody, say Ram, don't say Shri Ram. What is the matter with you? Like that. Mind clouded. So such a clouded mind will always make the wrong choice. That is why it is important to be in satsang regularly. Because, famous verse, huh? Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
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 Binu satsanga vivek na hoi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Ram kripa binu sulabh na soi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
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 Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. See, today only I was talking to somebody from Calgary, ways on the other side of there's some time difference also. He's telling me, Samji, after COVID, now everybody only want online satsang. Everybody only want online satsang. So I want you to come and bring all these people back to the satsang. I said, I don't know if I'll bring back anybody, but I'll come. I will come. But anyway, let me tell you one more thing. Satsang can be online, but mukti will never be online. We have to make sure that we find ourselves in satsang like this, because in Sanatan Dharma there is a word in Sanskrit which is called as samaksha. Samaksha. Aksha means eyes. So in this tradition, this knowledge can only be really imparted when there is a face-to-face interaction like this. But we don't have face-to-face, but we have Facebook to Facebook. That thing will not work. We have to be in physical satsang. And in that satsang, transformation of the personality takes place and the mind becomes clearer. Binu satsanga vivek na hoi. Without that satsang, that mind will never become clear. And when the mind is not clear, and there's an equal propensity to choose Sumati and Kumati, and the mind is not clear, I will choose Kumati. I will choose Adharma. I will choose the wrong thing. You see? And when I choose the wrong thing, Vipati Nidana. One trouble after the next. So in satsang, those things are clear. They will not teach you this. Have anybody ever taught you this in high school? No, this will not be taught in high school. They'll teach you how to make proper sentences and write a comprehension. What is? Write a essay. So the education system is lacking in this regard. So now the mind unclear, Duryodhan made the wrong choice and chose the army of Bhagavan Shri Krishna instead of the Krishna himself. That is what happened there. And now they ended up on this battlefield here, and Arjuna, knowing that on that side Bhishma is there, reverential Bhishma, and Dronacharya is the guru who taught all of us all his archery and warfare and everything. He is there on that side also. Arjuna tells Bhagavan Shri Krishna to take his chariot right in the middle, because there's one army there and one army here, right in the middle, and I want to see who is on that side, who has come here arrayed to fight with me. I want to see that. Arjuna tells. Sena yor vayor madhye ratham sthapayametchuta. Arjuna, Bhagavan Shri Krishna brought Arjuna's chariot right there in the middle of the chariot, in the middle of this battlefield, and Arjuna took a look on the other side. Well, the most moving story you will ever hear in history, and the teaching and so many things happening right there in the middle. First of all, right there in the middle is where the Bhagavad Gita takes place. The Bhagavad Gita did not take place on Pandava's side, and it did not take place on Kaurava's side. Bhagavad Gita took place right in the middle between the two armies. And there's a central teaching of the Bhagavad Gita which comes now. I was telling in Guyana, and Dev and Jina went through all the verses and they counted 25 times the word sama comes. 25 times Bhagavan uses the word sama. Sama means balance, equilibrium, equipoise, means equality, like that. So the Bhagavad Gita takes place right in the middle, symbolizing that really for us to get the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, for me to really receive the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, I have to leave this and leave this and leave all sides and get myself in the middle. In other words, if I come here, say I give you what I tell you what I mean by that. If I come here, no, this Swamiji, he teaches us Advaita Vedanta and all. I don't like I am Dvaiti, I'm Dvaiti. Or Swamiji is a Hindu Swami. I am Christian. I don't want to hear anything about that. But because Bal invite me, I have to come. What I go do? Oh, I am this, or I am that, right? So if everybody comes with baggage, I am this, I am that, I am the other thing. And then really listening to Bhagavad Gita is never there, because I am on one side all the time. I'm always on one side. So to really catch the essence of Bhagavad Gita, I have to leave all sides. And this is where it takes place, right in the middle of the two armies. This is the first thing. Second thing is, when Arjuna sees on the other side all his cousins, Kauravas, all his cousins, 100 of them, first cousins, then Bhishma and Drona and all of them, and all kings and all people who we had known from before and all that kind of thing. So many of them on the other side. Arjuna immediately falls into a mental and intellectual paralysis. He collapsed. And the message there is one of the most powerful message for spirituality and for all of human existence. And I'll tell you, the message there is this thing. Arjuna is Indra Dev avatar. He is the king of Swarga. Indra avatar. So now, in so far as his origin, I mean, you can't have better than that. Indra avatar. Second thing, Arjuna is the apple of the eye of Dronacharya, the guru. His best student, most favorite student. Arjuna has never lost a battle in his life. Arjuna is the closest associate to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, friend of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, at his side all the time. Arjuna is the apple of the eye of Draupadi. Even though the five of them were there, Draupadi has special eye for Arjuna. Everything about Arjuna is to be said in superlatives. And for a person who has achieved every single thing materially, physically, in this world, who has achieved whatever is to be achieved from the worldly standpoint, for that person to collapse and become mentally paralyzed, that says a big thing about worldly achievement. And that is why I started with this bhajan today. Man laga mera Ram fakiri mein. Because see, if you want to translate this in ordinary language or ordinary thought and in today's world, right? I want to ask you a question. So now you go through your education system and you go from O level to A level to university, undergraduate and MA and PhD, and you go and you become dean and you become professor, and you, right? I want you to tell, in any department, whether I go in engineering, I go in medicine, I go into social sciences, I go into economics, whatever, right? And you reach all the way to the pinnacle of modern education. Then you become rich also, and you get everything in this world. And I want you to tell me if any of that guarantees any happiness in that person's life. Well, there is no guarantee for anything, my dear. That person may be the wealthiest, the most educated, he may be the most accomplished, and he will collapse just like Arjuna also. Because nothing in this world guarantees anything. That is it. This is the teaching. Nothing in this world guarantees anything for anybody. जो सुख में राम भजन में, जो सुख है राम भजन में, whatever joy is there in Ram bhajan, you will never get that in anything in this world. In other words, look here. The person studies medicine, right? The person studies medicine, and he follows all the whatever he tells his patients and all, he also follows, right? Is that any guarantee that he will not get sick? He's a doctor. Any guarantee he'll not get sick? In fact, I'm telling you this because a doctor told me, I was having Bhiksha with Swamiji. He said, Swamiji, I'm not so well, you know. I said, what happened? He said, it is a real story. He said, you know, I've been practicing medicine for 40 years. And I follow all the teachings of medicine. and I take exercise regularly, and I do everything that I'm supposed to do. And while flying from the US to Germany, the plane had to make an emergency stop in UK because he got a heart attack. So what the exercise and what the medicine and what all the following and what it guarantees? It guarantees nothing. Please see this thing. And Arjuna is proof of that. Every worldly achievement possible was in Arjuna's hand. He called Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is the one who brought in all the foreign currency. Actually, we need him here now. Conquered wealth like anything. But it guaranteed. He collapsed. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna, with the most powerful spiritual message known to humanity, had to lift him out. Because posterity and the future of Sanatan Dharma depended on Arjuna fighting and removing these Kauravas. Had that not been done, had Bhagavan Shri Krishna not been there to save the day and to bring Arjuna out of his stupor and to bring Arjuna out of his mental paralysis, there would have been no Arjuna to fight any battle. Kauravas would have taken over. We would not have Bhagavad Gita today. If Kauravas are ruling, there's no chance of. Even if Bhagavan gives Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield, they will see to it that our Bhagavad Gita is destroyed in no time. It never passes down to posterity. That is what a dharma does. A dharmi does, you see. So, Arjuna had to be lifted out of that stupor by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And it is this message of the Bhagavad Gita which is important for all of us, because really, as Arjuna proved, and as the whole world, you just have not thought about it. You just have not thought about it. As the whole world proves, there is nothing guaranteed in this world by any worldly thing. And in the end, ये तन आखिर ये तन खाक बनेगा, to turn to ashes only. My dear, I mean, you give up this. You know, it is said that Bhagwan Shri Ram removed Tadaka first. Hanumanji removed, you see, if you see Ramayana, Bhagwan Shri Ram removed Tadaka first slaying in Ramcharitmanas. And Hanumanji removed that Simhika first. And the two of them are feminine characters. And then Bhagwan Ram is called Raghuveer. And Hanumanji is called Mahavir. And they are Veer. Veer means hero. And heroes, they don't even fight with women. Not only that, they kill women. So people ask, what is this? They are called Raghuveer, Mahavir, this kind of Veer. And in first character, they kill a woman. But these two, Tadaka and Simhika, they represent what is called a Durasha. Durasha word is a very profound word in our, this comes in Bhagavad Gita also, and Durasha will come. Durasha means to have faith, Shraddha, to have reliance, and to have the belief that anything in this world will save me, will protect me, will give me happiness. This type of thing. Anything in this world will save me, protect me, give me happiness. That thing is called a Durasha. My Asha, my hope lies in the wrong place. And if that thing is not removed, that belief that anything in this world will give me happiness and protection and all that, if that thing is not removed first, that person will never become spiritual. This is the first thing that has to be given up, that I am not going to find my peace and my happiness and my whatever I'm looking for in this world. It is something beyond the world. Beyond the world means what? Don't think like it's in the sky and all that. No. It means it is right here, but it is more subtle. Deeper. That is the idea. When we say beyond, we mean like that. Urdhva mula madha shakham. The roots are in something higher. Not in the sky, but something more subtle. Like that. So, Arjuna's collapse is a great reminder for all of us. And now Bhagavan Shri Krishna's response is, I have to lift this Arjuna. I have to bring him out of his stupor. Because if I don't, there will be, I have taken a vow not to fight already. If I don't, then who will fight? And if there is nobody to fight, Kauravas will take over. If Kauravas take over, the whole world is gone. From bad to worst. So now, Bhagavan starts his message in the second chapter, because in the first chapter, the what is given there? The seedlings of the worldly person, the seedlings of the worldly person, and what causes this person to make all the time the wrong choices and all that kind of thing. All that is given in the first chapter. And I chanted today the first verse of the first chapter. Now let me chant that verse. And say, now see, you please remember this. Battles with the armies are arrayed now. Trumpets are blown. Shankham dadhumu pritak pritak. All of them already blew there. Yeah, tabors and horns and shankhas and everything ready to go. Dhritarashtra, and now this was kind of like here and there. I'll explain that to you now. Jai Shri Krishna. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samvedayutsavah. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre. See, the first word in Bhagavad Gita is dharma. Dharma word. And the last word in Bhagavad Gita is mama. Mama means mine. Last word in Bhagavad Gita. Dhruvanitir mama. Mama. And so first word is dharma and last word is mama. Mama dharma. My dharma. Bhagavad Gita actually is the Shastra that is the most concise and most powerful presentation of the whole of Sanatana Dharma. Anything you want to know. It's amazing. If it is not given specifically, it is given right behind the line. So Mama Dharma. And who is speaking? Dhritarashtra. Now Dhritarashtra was the father of these Kauravas. 100 sons. So he speaks. He speaks to who? Sanjaya. And what exactly happened? They fought and fought and fought and fought. On the 10th day of that battle, Bhishma fell. 10th day. Bhishma fell. And Dhritarashtra was totally flabbergasted when this Bhishma fell. It was incredible that Bhishma fell. And so now Dhritarashtra wakes up. And then he asks this Sanjaya, what happened? So Bhagavad Gita being relayed to Dhritarashtra is being relayed 10 days after it was given. That's another thing about Dhritarashtra, who is the very embodiment of a dharma. Dhritarashtra, the very embodiment of a dharma, that, it said that if you want to, you see, when you crack a joke, right? When you tell a joke, some people get it and they laugh immediately. But it has some people, when they reach home, then they catch the joke. Oh, that's well, that is actually the symbol of Dhritarashtra there. Gita, after 10 days, he now hearing it. Right? Now hearing Gita after 10 days. Then, we don't know now, after hearing it, when he'll understand it. That's the next story. Isn't it? But he asked now to Sanjaya. Now, how Sanjaya knew what happened? Well, Bhagavan Shri Krishna gave to Arjuna in the 11th chapter divine eyes, Divya Chakshu. Ved Vyasji had Divya Chakshu also, divine eyes. And Ved Vyasji gave divine eyes to Sanjaya also. And Hanumanji was there on the flag of Arjuna. So how many people hearing Bhagavad Gita directly now? Hanumanji hearing directly on the flag. Arjuna is hearing directly from Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Sanjaya gets divine eyes from Ved Vyasji and he's hearing directly. And Ved Vyasji is hearing directly Bhagavad Gita. All of you and all of us and Dhritarashtra, we are hearing indirectly. But 4 of them heard directly while it was happening in real time, as we call today in today's language. In real time. So now, what happened? And I want you to, we'll go through the words now, you will see. You will see Dhritarashtra's words. Dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre, on this battlefield of dharma, and see, he himself chooses the word. On the battlefield of dharma, it means that dharma, yatha dharma, tato vijayaha. Wherever there is dharma, there will be victory also. This is what he said. Wherever there is dharma, there will be victory. You may jump high or jump low, but sooner or later, a dharma will have to fall. Dharma will be victorious. So this is what happened. So now, he uses the word dharma on the battlefield of dharma. That itself is symbolic because dharma is going to win. In that battlefield, dharma is always going to win. And inadvertently, he uses the word dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre, on the battlefield of the Kurus, where the Kurus are here. People make a lot of different Neerupa there, but it's very simple. He asks, dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre, kim akurvata Sanjaya? What was done? Kim akurvata Sanjaya? Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. Because now 10 days, how Bhishma fell. So what did my sons do? And what did the sons of Pandu do? This is the question. But in the question itself, you will see Dhritarashtra's stance. And the first thing is, whose sons first? My sons. And this is the basic selfishness of a jiva, which the jiva has to evolve out of. The jiva has a basic and fundamental selfishness that he only thinks about himself. And now you see all the great people in the world. You just look. See all the great names that you idolize and the great names that you talk about and you quote and all of that, right? And you will see, where was this selfishness in their life? Selfishness was not there in their life. They dedicated their life totally for the welfare and benefit of all the great names. You just look at Swami Vivekanandaji. You ask. And like that, Bhagavan Sri Ram, Bhagavan Sri Ram will walk from Ayodhya to Lanka for the benefit of who? For the benefit of others. You see. So any great name you can call, even the modern time, ancient time, this is the thing that marked them apart from the rest of humanity. Their life was dedicated to others. And here, the very first verse of Bhagavad Gita, what is that? The marking apart of the selfish jiva who only thinks about his own welfare. What did my sons do? Means he put that first. And then after that, Mamakaha Pandavascheva. Kima kurvat? What? Samaveta Yutsavaha. Battle, arrayed there for battle. Assembled there for battle. What did they do? So he wants to know from Sanjaya. And Sanjaya tells, Drishtva tu panvanikam vyudam duryodhanastada Ācarya upasangamya raja vachanam abravit. Duryodhana, he tells, in his first response also, is exactly as the king. The king only wants to know about his son. So Sanjaya replies appropriately. The king only wants to know about, look here, this is the basic thing about a jiva. You may not have thought about it, but this is how it goes. Let me just ask you a question. See, all of you who are sitting here who have children, right? Suppose you come to the school and we have 20 children there and all of them are chanting Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. We have taught them 20 children, all of them are chanting, and you come to visit the school and the 20 children are chanting. Whose son are you looking at? Whose son do you look at? As far as you are concerned, in the other 19, not there at all. See, that is why when we have any program in the ashram and we have the little children performing, the hall is full. The little children performing. And not only that, hall full, we who sit down in the back, we can't see because all of them get up with their cell phone and they're zooming on their child. This is the basic thing about a jiva. He only thinks about me and mine. This is Maya. And Duryodhana chose Maya and he left Paramatma. Tulsidas tells about Maya. Meyaru mor tor te Maya.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Jahi bas kine jeevani kaya.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Ramachandra ki jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Meru mor torte Maya jehi vasakine jeevani kaya. And this is the Maya itself, and the Maya is characterized by Tulsidas ji in the Ram Gita, in Aranyakand. What is that? Me and mine. That is Maya. Arey bhai, this body also you don't own. How you will own anything else in this world? Even this body we don't own. The baigan tree and the bori vine and the pumpkin vine and the chana plant, especially chana, they have more claim to this body than us. Because when you were born, you were... I don't know why they call bouncing baby boy. He doesn't bounce. Bouncing baby boy, bouncing baby girl like that. But anyway, we were this small. How you became this big? Baigan and aloo, chana and curry and rice. So those plants, they have more claim to this body than... So Tulsidas you come in this world and we get so taken up with this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And that, this itself is Maya. Meru mor torte Maya. So now, Duryodhana, who chose Maya, well, he quickly, when he saw the Pandavas, no, this is another thing. See, the number of things happening here is incredible. You have 11 Akshauhinis, and they only have 7. Duryodhana has 11, eh? But seeing this, only 7 on this side, already he is scared. This is an amazing thing. I tell you, in Ramcharitmanas, there's a very similar story like this. Narad ji is sitting like this, and he is meditating. Indradev, he sees Narad meditating, and he gets scared. Because if Narad meditates and he gets powers, he'll come and take my seat, my throne. And the comment there by Tulsidas, because he uses a name for Indra, the one who is the master of a vast army, that is Indra. He has a vast army, and he is scared of a fella he only has kartal and sitar. What he carries in his hand, Dina, or one string instrument. That's all he has. And the fellow with the big army scared of this man with nothing. And the same thing is happening here. Duryodhana, who has 11 Akshauhinis on his side, and he sees 7 Akshauhinis on this side, he gets scared and he goes to the Guru and starts insulting the Guru also. Because when a person gets scared, he'll do anything. Achha, let me just stop and pause here now. We have to stop at 8:30 or 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock. Oh, good. If it was 8:30, I only have 2 minutes. This last 2-3 months has been very rough in Guyana. Some people, they say they want their satsang at 6 o'clock. And some want it at 6:30, and some want it at 7. So every day I have to keep reminding myself now when to stop. Alright. So he goes, Pashyaitam Panduputranam Ācarya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupadaputrena Tava Shishyena. And he tells the Guru, insulting the Guru also. Duryodhan, see, your Shishyas, they have gathered here. Look, the ones you trained. And they have gathered now to kill us. Arey bhai, when the Guru was training, he was thinking about who will kill who, and he was training everybody equally. And Gurus don't do that. Gurus teach, and they don't think about who will do what and all that kind of thing. They teach. But he is trying to not throw the words on the Guru to tell, oh, you are the cause for it because you trained him. Really, the words here, these are very terrible words actually. In no one, see, the person who is adharmi and whose mind is clouded, what good thing can come from his from his mind. This is Duryodhana. So he cannot see any other side. So he was there to insult the Guru also. Atra Shura Mahesh Vasa. And then, after that, he said, oh, on their side they are such great warriors. But now to boost up himself, he starts now telling, oh well, no, on our side also, we have some real tough guys, to boost up his, because he already blamed the Guru for whatever is there on the other side. And now that if you blame the Guru, well, now you have to look for your own comfort. Already you blame the Guru, now you have to find your comfort from yourself now. And this is a very big thing about this world. See, one of the guiding principles of Sanatana Dharma is what we call ahimsa. Ahimsa doesn't mean that we don't fight. If there is need to fight, you have to fight. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. Ahimsa means you don't cause pain to other beings and creatures just for no reason. That is the meaning of ahimsa. But I'll tell you something. The low ebb of human existence is like this, right? Only, have you heard some people say, I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him. When I meet him, I'll give him a piece of my mind. Have you heard that thing? Huh? Yes. Baba say all the time. So, let me just do a little bit of analysis. And this is what Duryodhana is doing. Behind whatever is going on there, this is what he's doing. I'll tell you what is happening there really, psychologically. When we say, I'm waiting for him, I'll give him a piece of my mind, it means that there is something that is bothering me. Right? First thing, something is bothering me. And I will get relief from that bother only when I have insulted the other person. So, to really remove my pain, I have to bring pain to. But that has to be the lowest ebb of human evolution. To get relief from my pain, I have to bring pain to that fellow. When I see him in pain, my pain will abate. We don't do the vichar like this, but this is exactly what is. Psychologically, this is what is going on. We are not close to our mind, so close to our mind to do the vichar, to see this. So, he has to go to now insult the Guru so that he will feel better. But that somehow did not make him feel better. So now what, again, he's trying to make himself feel better. Now he's counting all the good soldiers on his side. No, we have some real tough guys here. I think we'll cut it like that. To everything to boost whose ego, to boost whose moral. And the whole teaching of Sanatana Dharma is, see, Tulsidas ji tells me, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, 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 Parahit Saris Dharma nahi bhai, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Ramachandra ki jai. One of the central teaching of Sanatana Dharma is Parahita, Paropakar. Parahita means seeking the welfare and benefit of others. And so now, this is central teaching. In Dharma, see, Dharma has 4 angas, 4 limbs. 4 limbs of Dharma is Daya Dan, means compassion, Dan, then the Satya and Tapa. Satya Tapa Daya Dan, like that. Satya Tapa Daya Dan. So in Daya, it is here which this Paropakar falls. Means seeking the welfare and benefit of others. Now, if I have to bring pain to the other fellow to make myself feel good, if I have to bring pain to that fellow, insult him and make him feel bad, then I feel good, well, there is no greater adharma than this thing. Because that is the opposite of dharma. You see? So I should always be seeking the welfare of the other rather than the bringing pain. But this is what Duryodhana does this right in the beginning, and this is the hallmark of adharma. When Guru was telling this to the disciple, Beta, you all must do paropakar. Paropakar means same, parahit means seek the welfare of others. Now, tomorrow when you all come back, you will tell me what you did. What good thing you did for others. Next day, 3 of them came back. Actually, what did you do? Asked the first one. तुमने क्या किया? I helped an old lady cross the street. Oh. The second one. What did you do? I also helped the same old lady cross the street. So the Guru thinking, maybe the lady went shopping and she had this bag and this one had to carry the bag. And as the third one, what did you do? I also helped the same lady cross the street. But the Guru get confused now. 3 of you have the same lady cross the street. What happened? No, she didn't want to cross the street. We lift she up and we can make sure she cross the street. Because the Guru said you must do paropakar. You must do service for others. So she didn't want any service, but we had to find somebody. That is not the meaning of paropakar. Yeah. And the other thing is that when we're doing paropakar, when we're doing service for others, we have to find out what they want. That is the proper thing to do. You have to find out what they want. Otherwise, the person is allergic to wheat and you only give him roti. Then you will kill him. Then not called paropakar. That's maropakar. Anyway, so in doing seva and doing service for others, you have to find out. But anyway, now Duryodhana tries to find out like this, and I'm telling, if you look behind, and I'm telling, anybody who is given to adharma, if you look behind, we will know why we are doing this analysis, we will know what not to do. Shastra is there to also tell us Shastra is there to tell us what to do, but Shastra is also there to tell us what not to do. So not like Duryodhana, like that. So in the whole beginning portion of this, Duryodhana goes on like this. Now, in the middle of the chapter, Arjuna tells, Prabhu, you please place my chariot here. And this is when Arjuna collapses. Now, I want to tell you, when Arjuna collapses, Arjuna is giving Bhagavan Shri Krishna a plethora of logic why he should not fight. Why he should not fight. And one of the logic there is, Prabhu, if I fight, I will kill all of these people on the other side. These people on the other side, all of them have wives at home, and all of them have children at home. So if I kill them, their family will become fatherless, and those children will grow up without fathers, and that will bring detriment to the society. Now Arjuna's argument sounds very sound also, isn't it? That argument sounds very sound. Right? Fatherless families, we are having a problem with that in Trinidad right now. Huh? So his argument sound, but let me tell you something. If you are a lawyer and you go in front of the judge and you're defending a client, and when you see the other side, you see the prosecution side, that prosecutor reminds you of your deceased father. You already took a client, You took a client here to defend in court, and the prosecutor reminds you of your deceased father, and you were very close to your deceased father. And that time you start crying in the court. You start crying in the court. What the judge will tell you? Well, if the most, of course, he'll tell you you are in contempt of court. But if he's a compassionate judge, he'll not tell you you're in contempt of court. He'll tell you get out from my court. Arey bhaiya, if you have come there to do a duty, you cannot be thinking about, means you have to defend this man. You cannot be thinking about, oh, this prosecutor reminds me of my deceased father. No, oh my God, me and my father is so close. And this thing, you start crying now inside in the courthouse. So, Arjuna is giving this argument on the battlefield when already trumpets are blown, war is decided, and all of that. When war is decided, you are a soldier and you came on a battlefield. What you came there to do? What? Cry? You came there to fight. Now you cannot use arguments outside the war situation. So he is using an argument outside the war situation. Once war has been declared, you cannot use the arguments are so. See that thing happens quite often in life also. Something will be true under certain circumstances in certain context, but if you now try to use that in a different context, the thing doesn't apply. It is true only in that place and that time. So this is exactly Arjuna's argument. It is sound if you are in civil society. In civil society, you can't say, I won't kill the fathers. Or households should have fatherless families. Nobody says this thing. Wrong argument in the wrong place and wrong time. This is a problem. So, he talks and talks and talks in the whole first chapter, and Bhagavan listens and listens and listens. Because when one person talks and one person listens, there is a transfer of knowledge. And when two people talk and nobody listens, there is a transfer of ignorance. And he said that before the marriage, it is said before the marriage, the fella talks, and the girl listens. And after the marriage, for the first 10 years, the wife talks, and the husband listens. And after 10 years, both of them talk and he never listens. Yeah. So, Arjuna went on talking, and Bhagavan went on when Arjuna fed up now, he talk out all he talk. In Trinidad language, he talk all he talk. He had nothing else to talk. Now Bhagavan starts his teaching. That teaching starts in the second chapter. So Bhagavan really doesn't say anything in the first chapter. There's one place about 3/4 of a line he says in the whole first chapter. And that was it. Then from the second chapter he starts with a most powerful message. Now see, you have to be here tomorrow to see that thing. You know when somebody is crying, right? What is your response when somebody is crying? Arjuna is crying, you know. Visrijya sasharam chapam shokasam vignamanasaha. His bow fell out from his hand and he started crying there and shivering, got fever. He get everything. He must get COVID too, I think. He get everything on the battlefield. So when somebody is in dire straits, as we call it, right, in such a bad situation, that time they're crying and everything, then okay, don't cry, come, no, huh? And you give him a little hug and thing, isn't it? All right, so no, don't worry, this also will pass away, and come, just drink some more beer or something. Something. Huh? One that happened actually. That fellow, he was plowing with the tractor. And he hit a bee patch. And the bee take on him. Covered with bee, he ran to the village. Tanti. He called some tanti. Bee. That's tanti going in the fridge. And she bring more bee. He said, more bee. Anyway, when somebody is in dire straits like that, what they need is, a little hug, a little... Tomorrow you have to see Bhagavan Shri Krishna's response. Totally unexpected. But proper. A proper response. Huh? All right, we'll see this thing tomorrow. Let me just tell a few announcements. And we will have Gita Arti. We do Bhagavad Gita Arti. So the first announcement is on Sunday, which is coming up now, in 2 days, we are having Varsha Pratipada Sansad Hindu New Year celebration at the Hindu Prachar Kendra till 11 o'clock. 11 in the morning, from 11 to about 2 o'clock it will go on like that, right? Varsha Pratipada. About 10 or 15 Hindu organizations get together and we celebrate New Year every year around this time, and we deal with a theme in Sanatana Dharma, a pressing theme. The theme is Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. He who protects Dharma is protected by Dharma. And Dharma protects him. Like that. That is the theme. You all please come after the morning satsang in your respective temples and all that kind of thing. You can come there. So we'll have Sunday, you're lucky. You have satsang in your temple. Then you have satsang in the Kendra. And you come here again and you have satsang again. Like 3 shifts. They're like Bhagavad. Sunday is Bhagavad. Right. Now, on Saturday, the 26th of April, which is the next Saturday, not Saturday tomorrow, the next Saturday, at the ashram, we have a small fundraiser. Rumali Rasa. Rumali Roti and Paneer Bhurji. No, I don't know if you know what is that, but this you know. They call a handkerchief, right? The Hindi word for handkerchief is rumal. Hindi word is rumal. So rumali roti is a roti so thin, it's thin like this handkerchief. Actually, literally. But you have to come and try it. Man, if you do something that fly like that. And it is made in an upside down kadai. what you call that, to walk, walk thing like this. So instead of the walk they up like this, they walk down. Yeah. It turn upside down like this, and the Rumali roti is cooked on that upside down wok. So you have to come and see that. And it is eaten with nice spicy paneer. And so this is on Saturday next week, 11 to 2 p.m. Chais and Melons coming up at the ashram on the 30th of May, which is next month, end of next month. Please see the bookstall on my right. There, okay. Please see the bookstall on this side. There's lots of titles. You can. Books are actually the best presents. Look here. Any other present you can think about, I can tell you how it is so bad. So people go there, bring present. What? Swiss chocolate. Well, you will put on weight. And in any case, that is not real chocolate. Real chocolate is the one we make in Trinidad, and you grade. That is real chocolate. That thing, they remove all the cocoa butter and all to make cosmetics and this and that. And what are the remnants? They put sugar and they give you. Actually, anything like that, the best thing actually is to give presents as books as presents. Gurudev Jayanti Yajna on the 8th of May. Puja Gurudev Jayanti Yajna happens every year. Gurudev Jayanti is the 8th of May. This year the Yajna starts on the 8th of May at the ashram. Okay, please see. All right. ठीक है, आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए. कल देखेंगे इसके आगे क्या होगा. ओम जय भगवद गीते, मैया जय भगवद गीते. हरि कमल विहारी, हरि कमल विहारी, सुंदर सुपुनीते. ओम जय भगवद गीते.
जय भगवत गीते, मैया जय भगवत गीते.
हरि कमल विहारी,
हरि कमल बिहारी, सुंदर सुपनीते.
Mangalam Garuda Mangalam Punerikacham Mangalayatano Hari
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuda-dhwaja Mangalam Punerikacham Mangalayatano Hari Mangalayatano Hari Mangalayatano Hari
Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhush Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव।